Hi everyone, welcome to Carmen's Australian Storytime. Today I am reading another Mem Fox book, but this one is illustrated by Ronajoy Ghosh. I'm Australian too. In Australia we have lots of different cultures and different people living here, but we're all Australian. Let's see what the blurb tells us. From countries near and far, many have made their home in Australia, sharing it with the original inhabitants and living in peace beneath the southern star. Mem Fox celebrates Australia's incredible multicultural heritage in this beautiful book. Look at all the different people that make up Australia. I'm Australian. How about you? I'm Australian too. My mum was born in Sydney, my dad in Ballarat, and I was born in Melbourne. How Australian is that? Oh, rhyming book. How about you? Where were you born? I was born in Brisbane. My dad grew up in Darwin, my mum in Humpty Doo. Our mob's been here forever. Now we share the place with you. I lived in Darwin for a very long time too. And I love my mob up there too. Made lots of good friends. My family came from Ireland back in 1848. 1 million hungry people died. But now we're doing 49. 1 million hungry people died, but now we're doing fine. More rhyming. How about you? Hey, look at all the hay bales. That's making me think of the last book that I read about the little boy who was hunting for some eggs. My nonna came from Italy. His family followed after. At first their lives were very hard, but now they're full of laughter. If you've ever been to an Italian family for dinner, it is always full of laughter and fun and lots of delicious food, especially pasta. I love to try new foods. My auntie came from Athens with her brother and her niece, and now we live in Adelaide because it's so like Greece. The beautiful fireworks. My granny came from England and was homesick every day. Then she fell in love with Perth, and now we're here to stay. Perth is in Western Australia, so I'm in Brisbane, so Perth is a very long way away from here. But my cousin lives there, and she looks like she loves it. Lebanon is beautiful. My family came from there. They fled a war, but now they sing Advance Australia Fair. Looks like they're up on top of the Sydney Harbour Bridge. I speak just like an Aussie, which is really who I am. My family lives in Melbourne, but we hail from Vietnam. If you hail from somewhere, it means you've come from somewhere. So I have some students in my class from Vietnam too. My parents come from China. They think Australia's great. Now we live in Canberra and call out, "G'day, mate." How about you? Do you say "G'day, mate"? Somalia was once our home, but it was torn by strife. There's lots of fighting. We're happy now in Hobart, where we have a better life. Oh, now Somalia is a very hot place, and Hobart is the opposite. It is a very cold place. I grew up in Hobart, and it's very cold, but so much to do and so much to see. And they look like they're still having fun. It just would have taken them some time to get used to the different weather. My country was Afghanistan. We fled when I was small. Our boat capsized, but we were saved. Now we're Australians all. How about you? Afghanistan is very hot and very dry and a lot like the desert that you see here. And the poor people that live there, they really suffer. So we're very blessed to live in Australia. Syria was where I lived, but then we had to flee. Our family's now in Brisbane and we're as safe can be. How about you? You might have some relatives that had to flee from their own country because of war or hunger or some problems. I'm so thankful that we get to take different people in Australia and that we have all of the freedoms that you can imagine. We always need to be thankful for that. Sadly, I'm a refugee. I'm not Australian yet, but if your country lets me in, I'd love to be a vet. Oh, so she's living here, but she hasn't become an Australian citizen. That's when you go to a special ceremony and you say that you want to become Australian. And I think there's a little test that you have to pass too. We open doors to strangers. Yes, everyone's a friend. Australia fair is ours to share, where broken hearts can mend. We're very blessed in Australia. We all usually get to live in nice homes or nice units. Need to look after each other, don't we? What journeys we have travelled from countries near and far. Together now we live in peace beneath the Southern Star. And these are the stars that make up the Southern Cross. Look at his big telescope looking up there. Mem Fox, that was a beautiful book with such a great message about everybody getting along in Australia and taking care of each other. Thank you for joining me on Carmen's Australian Storytime. Don't forget to click and subscribe, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now.